Hello, Ee-Wei.
Hi,
Welcome.
hi, Wei.
So, welcome everyone to our 9 Equator College webinar, a design conversation with our very own alumni, Ee-Wei, the founder
Hi,
of Hatchtag.
hi.
So, thank you for joining us this evening. I hope this session will inspire you again. So, it is an honor to have you in this webinar this evening. So, Ee-Wei, so how are you
Yeah.
doing? Good?
Yeah, good. Busy as usual.
All right. So before we start, can you further introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, sure. Basically, I'm Ee-Wei, the founder of Hashtag. I've been in this industry for like since 2013, 7 years. So currently my major skill is more like on motion graphic lah, but I'm actually graduated in 3D animation. So yeah, I guess that's about it.
All right. Thank you. All right. So can you share with us what is your role in Hashtag?
Basically, I'm the creative director. I mean, by name, I'm the creative director lah, but actually, because since the company is mine, right? So at the end of the day, I'm still handling everything lah, except the account HR stuff. Basically, I handle all the production stuff from storyboard, brainstorming, production, and delivery, and dealing with clients lah.
Interesting. So basically one man work.
I have team. I still have team. Just that, yeah, some of the things maybe I'm a bit more, sometimes more controlling freak a bit. So like involved in those because at the end of the day it's my passion lah. So sometimes when I look at some project, it's passionate enough for me that I wanted to just do the whole thing.
Good. So basically, what you're from 3D. So what actually inspired you to kickstart your career in motion graphics?
Actually, not to say inspired. It wasn't my plan at first. My plan was to actually to work in a 3D production house and then just work on it for the rest of my life lah. But after I graduated, I worked in a video production company, and then in Penang that time, I mean, there's not much of 3D work, so mostly are 2D animation, and also my skill set is more on animation as well. So from that time, I started to do more and more on 2D animation. So yeah, it's like I started to like it a lot, that it become stronger than my 3D lah. Yeah. So and yeah, basically when I was in Equator, also I get to attend like this the rhythm and hues training for After Effects. So yeah, I get to learn a lot of new things, and I think it's very fun lah. So yeah.
Interesting. So how much has the college prepared you in preparing for your career?
Basically, I think it helps most is on the independent part. I think Equator give us a lot of freedom, as in like creative freedom. We get to it's not like they're forcing us to go into a specific style or a specific direction, right? So it tends to give us a lot of creative freedom, and then the lecturers will just guide us based on our concept and ideas to the right direction, instead of just forcing us into this specific direction. So yeah, I think what it helps us most is we tend to be more independent, and we able to find solution on ourselves lah, which helps me to able to stand like to step out of my comfort zone and to actually start that hashtag lah.
All right. Interesting. So what actually Hashtag do?
Hashtag basically we are like a video production company. We do all sorts of video stuff lah. Basically, whatever that moves we do, except wedding videos. We
So
do
you do
video
it for
shootings and
commercial
all.
also.
Yeah, most of our works are commercial based. Yeah.
Okay, so as your job in motion graphics, uh,
Mm,
and you have been doing this for 7 years, right?
yeah,
So
correct.
what do you think the prospect of motion graphics in Malaysia?
I think it's getting more and more popular. When I first started in 2013, I remember that time. I think KL side is already quite popular. There's a lot of animation stuff, motion graphic stuff going on. But in Penang, basically, not much people doing it. I remember that time. There are a few clients. They when they found me, they say, "Hey, I finally found somebody that does animation in northern region." They say they've been finding somebody to do animation for like 2 years. Yeah, so I think it's getting more and more merrier now. These few years, these recent years, actually, in Penang, you can actually find a lot of freelancers out there, a lot of studios opening up, providing animation service. So I think it's a good sign lah. At least we get to have more creative works out here in Penang, especially.
Interesting. So do you think this has to do with the migration of printed billboard to LED screen advertisement?
Yeah, definitely. Now, when you're driving along the streets, you get to see like a lot of LED signboards, right? It's like um, it's getting more and more. I think because there are a lot of social media out there as well, so video stuff tends to get more popular in everyone's mind lah. Like they prefer to watch something that moves. It will catch more attention. So I think even the advertisement line, like the billboard, also they tend to change into this LED signboard. For example, even they have like this OOHM thing, right? Like the small, like the long one,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
along the sidewalks there. Yeah, so it's getting more and more stuff going on lah, like video stuff.
Interesting. So, but how much, like for example, you guys are doing video production. So how much of motion graphics is involved in your video production?
Basically, all our videos also we have motion graphics involved, even our video shooting, because animation is our core service. So anyhow, we as a business we have to like stand out to be something different from others, right? So no matter what kind of video, we will tend to at least add in a bit of animation um, elements inside our videos, so it has like a bit of our flavors.
Interesting. So every time when you design a motion graphics, so
Yeah.
what is the most important factor that you will look for in one motion graphic design?
Oh, uh, I would say able to catch people's attention. To me, I think the graphic wise is more important than the smoothness of the animation, if you ask me. Because in the eyes of the public, like the layman, like not in our industry, first thing they look at it is actually the first thing is the visual. So if your visual, your layout, your storyboard, your cinematography is not good, no matter how good your animation is, it still look crappy to them. So first thing, I think the visual needs to look nice before you can actually. The animation part is more like the cherry on top to make it even better.
Wow. Good to hear that. So, how much now you yourself? Last time as a student,
Uh-huh.
you have never thought of uh, uh, running your own business, right?
Yeah.
So as a student, we would tend to just think about design this, design that. You know what
Mm.
are the things that you like, what are the things that you don't like, what colors to use. Uh,
Yeah.
very little that we ever thought of the financial part.
Yeah.
So how is it? Uh, uh, how different is it being just a designer and now having to run your own business?
Oh, this one is actually very good question. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we have to always balance between art and business, because if we are an artist, maybe like if we are Picasso, then we can always do whatever we like because it's for ourselves, and then whoever like it, they buy it, right? But um, in this real world, this realistic world, um, I always tell my editors like, um, this video, we have to think this video is not for ourselves. It's actually for our client, right? People pay you something to get something that they want. So we have to balance. And also it's not like we have to follow 100% whatever they want, because they are not the professional. We are the professional. Our our job is to actually guide them, advise them which is better. But we still have to know what are they looking for. That is the main thing we have to get. Like, because sometimes client, I know a lot of designers out there, they like to uh com kind of like complain that client always give ridiculous feedbacks, right? Especially when they thought they when they pay a bit of money, then they are like the boss, they want us to keep changing this and that. But to me, I think we have to get why are they changing those things. There, of course, there surely some a bit more troublesome clients, but to me, mostly I think is because there's a bit of problem that they don't like, but they don't know. So they simply give you some random comments to try to fix that thing. But I think we as a professional, we need to sit down and talk to client and really look for what is it that he don't like. So I think that is the balance there lah. Like, we as an artist, we have, of course, we want to do something that we are proud as well. So I think the communication with the client is very important in this aspect lah. Have to
Yeah.
balance a bit.
Yes, especially when you have to manage clients' expectation, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, because I think from the experience is that a lots of clients doesn't understand how these things work,
Yeah.
and the moment that they ask you to do 3D animation, they're gonna say, okay, my budget is only 1,000. You know, try
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
I'm expecting animation that looks like Avatar or something, right?
Yeah. That's the thing. So we have to actually, we can't blame them because they are not in this industry. So
Yeah.
what I can advise, like, those people to do is, if I have a lot of client like that. Like, they call me and, hey, I need to do like this 5 minutes video and 5 minute animation. I want it 3D. I want it to be very realistic. My budget is maybe 5 to 6K. Like, 5 to 6K. How are you going to create like a realistic 3D for them? It's not realistic. So what I can do is, okay, based on the budget, you want it to be realistic. Okay, fine, I can. So what I can propose then is, maybe I can DI. I can use Photoshop to edit like a realistic characters or realistic background for them, and then I animate those layers lah, to make it look like 3D. So I mean, there are a lot of ways that we can do. I mean, we as a professional, we need to improvise lah, basically to solve their problem lah, because they don't know
Oh,
which kind of media able to create those things, right?
yeah, correct. All right, now, as you are handling business yourself and you are also a designer, so how innovation strategy help you in your business?
To be honest, this is also a thing that my side is still trying to how to say, my side is still trying to get the right direction, to be honest. Because so far, I'm not like a very good businessman, so to speak. I'm an artist, so basically still try and error, still try and error. But I think I would say the best thing is to, I think the basic thing that I think the direction that I would like to go to is to get especially Penangites, like Penang editors, Penang designers, all to band together to help each other out. That's the that's about it.
So yeah, I think this is interesting that you actually thought of how to say you actually thought of building the community within the region itself, which is good. I mean, which is good. But have you thought of how are you going to build this community?
Actually, I already have a few friends and a few companies out there. They're willing to actually build it with us. It's actually building. Actually, we have like a few connections. We sort of like help each other out time to time. So, I mean, time has changed. So, I would say I don't really like those old school mindset, like, oh, we need to keep our resources for ourselves. We cannot share this, share that. I mean, there are a lot of jobs out there. We cannot finish all by ourselves as well.
Yeah.
So we cannot be a master of all trades as well. We are only specialized in certain things. So if you want to expand and not to get, not to be like another Nokia, basically, we have to keep improving. We have to keep improving and do something new, right? So if you don't have like a group of other people, new people coming in, help each other out, for sure we will like get old lah.
Yeah, true. Actually, it's good that to hear you say things like this, because to me, I think 20 years ago, yeah, I mean, a lot of design studios is going to keep things to themselves, and it's going to be very preserved to themselves.
Yeah.
So I think today collaboration is one of the most important things to keep you growing.
Yeah.
So in terms of collaboration, so how do you plan to collaborate with so many different people?
Okay, the simplest one is we can pitch for passion projects. I mean, I did a few. We pitched for some projects and get some fundings to do some passion stuff. So to keep the fire burning lah, basically. There are a lot of things to do. I mean, especially now there are a lot of social media platforms. One was most common example, let's say YouTube, right? So we can actually share. I mean, to me, like, this is just an example lah. Okay, so like YouTube, maybe you can get like a few friends or maybe few people to collab, maybe to form like a YouTube page to just share our works, to do some passion projects together, showed, and then we never know, maybe one day like it become a hit or something. It could be our portfolio as well. So I mean, to me, I always try to find ways to get client find us, to engage our service because they like our work, not because of they try to bargain the budget, or they can't find somebody else to do it. That's why they find us. So only this way we can do what we really like and what we're happy lah. That's why
Okay, good.
I think
Yeah, good. So now I think this year it's quite a tough year to some, right? But to others, some they might not feel that tough after all. So in this pandemic, do you see the drastic change in the way your works is operating?
To be honest, no. But in this pandemic, surprisingly, animation suddenly like become a hit. Suddenly, everyone's wants to do animation because they can't go out there and shoot. So everyone turns to animation. So how it affect this industry is suddenly we need to have the capacity to able to take in all those projects, which is why I think it is very good if there are a lot more editors or a lot more people out there able to collab with each other. Like in this scenario, of course, like one production house won't be able to take in all the projects. So of course we need to collab.
Yeah, I think because also because of the a lot of companies do not wanted to spend their money on other kind of promotional, so they tend to put all the money into social media, you know, like YouTube and all these things, right?
Yeah.
So I guess with this pandemic, I think it's a good thing for you, lah, right? That you get more projects, and it's a good thing to. It's a good thing to many animators as well, because they tend to get hired by a company like you.
Yeah, correct.
So so motion graphic design is regarded as design in motion, right? So do you see the understanding and knowledge of clients here in the use of motion graphics for their branding works? Does clients here basically comes to you and say, hey, I want motion graphics for my branding works, or they actually comes to you and they say, I'm not so sure what should I do, you know? So which one do you get the most?
Okay, this one, mine is a bit more special case because most of our we do a lot of projects for agency. So you know, when we work with agency, they are already like very sure on what they want, right? But for those direct client, usually they don't know what they want. So mostly they do it because they want to save cost. Yeah, because when we do video production, we need to have talents, we need to do this and that. So they are not willing to spend that money, and also some of the clients they already did a lot of research by themselves. So when they look from it from YouTube, there's a lot of animation out there. So they tend to see a lot of animation. So the first thing they thought of is, hey, I want to do this cartoon. They think it's cute now.
So what is their reaction when you show them that how motion graphics could work for their branding? I mean, for your direct clients.
Usually not much things. They usually would just say, oh, nice, yeah, very cool, very. Usually they just look at the visual stuff, but because video and motion graphic, it won't really help boost your views or your audience just by posting on your page, right? You still need to put it together with your marketing strategy, then only it will work side by side. So this is what I always advise my client like, okay, I don't want to give them like for the false hope just to get the job done, right? Because a lot of them expect like, oh, okay, now once I got this animation or this video, I'll surely get a lot of views and a lot of people will buy my product. No, because if you only have that video, basically it's like I giving you a sword, but you don't know any kung fu or you don't know how to fight. It's like basically useless lah. So
Yes,
yeah,
to
that's why
yeah.
I wanted to collab with more people. That's the idea. So if I have somebody like a marketing company that working with us or branding people working with us, we can actually work side by side to close that deal, right? And it will also help the client much better.
Yeah, true. So I guess challenges is always around when even you are doing it as your own business or you try to be very business minded. So what
Yeah.
is the biggest challenges in the things that you do?
Biggest challenges business wise is to find uh new editors is like so hard.
Okay.
Because a lot of them went down to KL already. That's why I think Penangites should really stand together and prove to them that we can do it. A lot of people tend to go down KL and they think that Penang don't have like a good production house or good talents here. So it makes me hard to find new editors.
Okay.
And then for work wise, basically the branding awareness lah. Brand awareness for client is very low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When you say brand awareness for client is very low, what do you mean by that?
Like they don't realize how important it is to have a proper branding or proper materials done. Sometimes they do it just for the sake of doing it because they heard like, oh, you need to do video, so it's better for your sales or something like that. So they just want low cost at everything and they don't care about quality or anything. They just say, oh no, my budget is like that. Oh, you can just use iPhone to shoot for me and then edit for me. But yeah, that's the very bad thing to have lah for your company. It will pull down your company image a lot.
All right. So how do you overcome all these challenges?
Overcome.
Mm-hmm.
Client on the brand awareness side is still okay. I have to do like a very long presentation to them and show reference to them basically during the pitch. So that one is still solvable, but the new editor side still finding solution. Try to train more people up to to get more talents here in Penang.
All right. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest challenges to a lot of companies here in Penang because I do have inquiry that or I have discussion with a lot of all these people who says that it's very hard to find a good animator in Penang because everyone moved to KL and so on. Yeah. So is the convergence of technology since you are using technologies, right? Is the convergence of technologies and arts important in the respective industry development for you? Like for example, people has been doing motion graphics for broadcast, but there are also people who do motion graphics for the sake of augmented reality, virtual reality, or even projection mapping.
Yeah.
So how?
I think it's I think we have to move towards the technology, the IoT side lah. To be honest, that's my future plan as well. Because now 5G is coming. I mean, it's already here, 5G. So more and more things are, how to say, more and more things are now, we're able to do more things now, right? So I think it's since it's just launched like 5G, so I think it's very important for us now to actually think of some way. I don't know what way yet. Still thinking about it. To incorporate animation with this IoT thing to create something new. Because like previously, I think when we have 4G, somebody thought of augmented reality stuff and all. So it helps a lot, especially like the pandemic now. A lot of people doing virtual events, right? So yeah, I think it's really time to tap into this new technology, or else it's going to animation. I think animation, if we don't think of new way like this kind of to tap into this new technology, animation will soon be replaced by templates.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I think about 7 years ago, we started to have all this kind of discussion that, that one day technologies is going to take over, or artificial intelligence is going to take over most of our jobs.
Yeah.
Like now you mentioned that there are lots of templates. So is it true that these will actually take over your job as well?
I think eventually it will, if somebody able to come up with a very great idea. Like maybe you don't need like I saw in Facebook the other day, there's this app that you can actually download, and then I mean, you have to pay the subscription fee, and then you just drag and drop the characters, the animation, and then you just click, and then it renders the whole animation for you. So soon, I'm sure it will have more and more and better animation, or better interface for people to use, and like super user friendly. So I'm sure a lot of companies out there, they will just hire in-house, and then they just do it themselves.
Yeah, true. So, but don't you think that that if you're using templates, there's no more brand value anymore, because 5 people who use the same template would have the same thing in the market?
To me, I think of course the brand is the branding is still a major thing, but we as a company, we have to think of future. We need to be ahead, right? So when it comes down to this, of course, not much company will survive if everyone been using the template, and if everyone have the same mentality, like they don't have the brand awareness. If you have like a whole group of people with the same mentality, basically everyone will just think it's fine. So it's very, I think it's a as a company still have to take measures lah.
Yeah, true. So yeah, in our discussion the other time also, we did discuss on the if you understand the concept, I mean the understanding of the concept of that technologies versus only using the technologies, So if people who use only the technologies is somebody who would just use together with 5 other people who use the same thing, producing the same thing, as long as they got this thing going on, and that's it. Because as you know, that Unreal Engine has come up with more and more convenience to the production itself, right? Yeah, their LED screen, their LED projects started to take over green screen and blue screen, which is so much
faster,
easier and faster,
cost saving,
so much real, you don't have to worry about the lighting that casts on
Yeah.
on your actors and so
Yeah.
on. And Unreal Engine also come up with this thing that you can just build your character, and your mocap can actually synchronize with your character, and
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
have somebody who perform, and your character is actually moving. So
Yes.
so I
Yes.
think at the end of the day, we still need that organic uh, ideas. So
Yes. Yes.
I think the organic ideas is the one that technologies doesn't are not able to take over,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
ideas.
so with all these things, the world has changed over time. Like
Yeah.
how do you see or expect the way design businesses will be in the near future?
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it will. I think, of course, the quality of design in the future will be much better than currently because, as like what you mentioned, not only design, video production and all these things will definitely be better because of technology. Because of all those technology, it's getting much more easier to create something nice, right? And in a very short amount of time. Yeah, so I think it's going to be easy, and I think skill wise, I think it's like what you mentioned just now. In the future, I think what's really important and uh, what's the most important is actually the organic ideas, like how you're going to create something at what the end result is, and what kind of big ideas you have is the most important thing, because um on the skill set part, I think it will soon be replaced by a lot of technologies.
Yeah, I think I think the future would actually makes processes to be
Easier.
easier and faster.
Yeah.
Like for example, it talks about video. I
Yeah.
think 10 years ago we were using I mean, even digital video, you were using DV tape, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So DV tape, you have 60 minutes. If I record a footage of like every different thing, and if I use up that 60 minutes, to capture the video, you have to sit through 60 minutes to capture
Yes.
the video, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
when now with SD card, you like relieve, like, oh,
Yeah.
I can just plug in my my SD card,
Yeah.
click to select all the files that I want, and that's it.
Yes. Yes.
Like within
And then
just few, yeah, just minutes.
yes,
And
and then you can
everything
just
is
delete.
transferred. Yeah, and you can just delete, and you can reuse and reduce. So
Yeah.
so I think, yeah, yeah, I think uh, would you agree that in the future, all these design businesses will actually give the importance of the future of design businesses will actually covers on your conceptual thinking, your problem solving,
Yes.
and your creative thinking.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is supposed to be the core service if the design industry wants to survive in the future.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when things becomes more convenient, you get to spend more time thinking of how to solve problems, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so what is your best advice to the audiences out there who are interested in becoming the next successful motion graphic designers?
uh, be passionate, I guess. I mean, of course, in this industry, it's going to be tough, sleepless nights, rushing works and all. But I think always think ahead. Like, don't don't just do it for the sake of you need to do it now. I think just have to think ahead on what you want, and do it for the sake of the future. That future that you want.
Interesting. Okay, so so what do you think that the similarity between motion graphics and graphic design?
The similarity is of course on the they're both on they're both a visual design basically. It has to look pleasing to the eyes. So that's the most basic similarities that we have. To me, they are both similar, as in like actually they're just the same thing. Motion graphics is just graphic that moves. So if you ask me, they are basically the same. It's just like it's to me because I'm a animator. So if you for this question, if you ask me, it's more like step 1 and step 2 lah.
Yeah. So let's see. Okay, now I think Kelvin Young asked did ask these questions earlier. It says that because when we said about people in Penang going to KL, so he mentioned that bigger budgets in KL though more prospects. Is it because of more prospects and bigger budgets in KL that people from Penang actually go to KL?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, KL, it's really there's really a big market there. But then, if you think of it this way, in Penang, our expenses are lower, right? So, like us, we actually most of our clients, like 70 to 80% of our clients, are from KL. I mean, with the technology nowadays, we don't need to meet the client anymore. Sometimes the client just WhatsApp me, hey, I need to do this, send me samples. I give them code. Oh, that's it. So why do we need to go down KL?
Okay.
So when
yeah. I think when you mention about technologies, it's true because in many of my talks also I talks about stay local, go global, right? How you still stay over here and do things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that when you stay in Penang you have to work for Penang's client.
You can
do for lots of people.
Go down when we need it to.
Yes. But so we have 2 questions here. One is, does teamwork important in this career?
Yeah, super important. If you one man show, then basically going to die.
Yeah, I think teamwork is important. Collaboration is important. Yeah, because like you say earlier, right? Like one person, you can't even one company can't do this many jobs.
Correct.
So you need more collaboration. So another one is from John Koo. I have a question. What if people negotiate with you if they want low price than your expected market price? What would you do if your clients offer you a lower than your market price?
Depends. To me, depends on whether I really need that job or not. If does the job benefit me? That's the thing. If the job or the client's brand able to help me in some way, then I will actually offer them, or I would suggest something else for them that would match their low price, instead of fixed like must do that kind of things. But yeah, I mean, you get what you pay lah.
All right. Yeah. So when you say brand that you will choose the brand that you will see benefits you, right?
Yeah.
So how benefit is it to you? What do you
Okay.
mean by the brand that benefits you?
Okay. For example, like let's say big brands. Okay. Sometimes, okay, when sometimes when you look at uh, our portfolios and all, we have like big brands. Like, oh, you look at it. Oh, they did for this brand before, this brand before. But sometimes what we did is just a very very small job. Maybe some of them is even like few hundred ringgit only. It's like super small job, but because it's the big brand, you see, so we able to use that brand's name to get to pitch for bigger job. So that's like the benefit that we get lah from doing that small project.
Okay. That means that I think it happens to me many times also. So it's a matter of is it worth that I work for
Yeah,
these clients?
yeah,
If I work for these clients, even the how to say, the budget is offered lower than market price, I think I would look at how good is this to my portfolio, right?
yeah. Correct.
So if this is not that good for my portfolio, I think we will choose not to do, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so let's see if we have any more questions.
Hmm. Oh, I saw one like from Aya.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Do you constantly implying your own animation style every other project? Not really, because this one, because like what I mentioned earlier, the project is for the client. We have to give them a style that suits their brand, not to apply our brand in, not to apply our style into their brand. I mean, we are like a professional. This is our service. I mean, unless you brand yourself as an artist and you're a famous artist like Junwei, urban
Good.
monsters. Okay, like let's say like unless you brand yourself like urban monsters. Urban monsters have their own brand. This one is more like a collaboration. Then yeah, you can do all the same animation style into their brand. That one is they use your animation, your brand to lift up their brand. So unless it's this case, then yeah, it's fine. But other than that, I think as a professional, we have to propose the suitable style for client.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions? Okay, so I think there's no more questions from anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in terms of style, the animation style, I think yeah, you cannot force the client to use your style, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes the client, the branding is there, but the style doesn't suit that kind
Yeah.
of branding. You you can't actually force them to use also, right?
Yeah.
So for
Imagine a
example,
lawyer firm, then you do a cartoon for them.
yeah, true. Okay, so yeah, I think Calvin Young
Hmm.
has one more question. Templates are the general killers of commercial design, while artistic or creative design will never be replaced. Template platforms are saving time for companies and entities. Realistically, do you see this as a time bomb for the industry?
Uh, it depends on how you use these platforms, I guess. Because if you ask me, yeah, we do use a lot of templates as well to save time, especially when if you look at it that way. Nowadays, if you can finish your work fast, then you are kind of like the king, right? Because you can a good artist is you're able to finish something great in this specific of time. Because if you give 1 year to anybody to create a 30-second animation, of course anybody will make like a super great work for you, right? So if you can finish like a 30-second animation in 1 day, then of course more clients will find you and you're able to get more jobs, right? So these template platforms are actually helping you to finish your work faster lah. But of course, like what we mentioned earlier as well, you need to have the creativity and the ideas there lah, or else everybody's work will just look the same.
Yeah, true. All right. So I think that's all the questions that we have. So thank you for your time.
Thank you for
it's
inviting
me. Yeah, it's good to chat with you again.
Yeah, good talk.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you have your website that you can share with them?
Yeah, hatchtag.com.my. Yeah,
All
can
right,
go and check out.
All right, so thank you again for this evening. It's really a pleasure to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, so
it's my honor.
Yeah. All right, so thank you. So good night to everyone. And yeah, remember to tune in again on the 19th of November. So on the 19th of November, we will feature Tin Toy Cho, and he will be talking about his fusion wayang kulit. So 19th of November, same time, on Equator College Facebook page. All right. So thank you so much. Thank you for your time tonight. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for watching.